welcome back to my channel. I'm Steve, your agony uncle. Today I'm going to ask the question, is it time for change? First of all, a quick recap. What's this channel all about? The Agony Uncle. I'm here to answer your concerns, your questions, try and give you some motivation, give you some things to think about in your life. So please drop me a comment down below, give me a thumbs up, a like, subscribe, share this video with somebody who you think could get some value from it. But let's get straight into today's video. Is it time for change? When was the last time you actually took a little bit of time out, whether it be half an hour or even a day or a week, and asked yourself, am I happy? What is happiness to you? I can't tell you what your happiness is. It's taken me quite a few years to figure out what my happiness is. But what's your goal in life? Is your goal in life to have money in the bank, to own your own house, to have fancy holidays, designer clothes? Or is your goal in life to be happy? When was the last time you stopped and took some time out to consider where you are in life, where you're heading and where you'd like to head? Have things panned out the way you'd hoped? There's nothing wrong with changing your mind, changing direction. Are you still heading towards happiness? Take some time out to think. Just stop. Stop right now what you're doing. Take some time out to think about your happiness. What does happiness mean to you, and are you moving in that direction? It's very easy to get caught up on our everyday life. Of course, we have to pay the bills. We have responsibilities to our partners, to our children, to our employer, to our business. But what's your ultimate goal? There's a chemical reaction that we get when we buy something new, and it releases this chemical. I believe it's an endorphin that gives us a high. And the more money we spend, the more flash, the more fancy, the more we get this endorphin. But we can kid ourselves on to making us think that we're happy because of this endorphin. But this chemical, this endorphin, only lasts a very short amount of time. So if we keep chasing that little bit of high, then that's all we're doing. We're only achieving that little bit of high. And it's so easy to get addicted to that little bit of high, that little bit of spending money, that little bit of booking that holiday, that little bit of that high from the designer shoes or the designer car or the bigger house or the bigger caravan, whatever it is. It's so easy. Believe me, I know, I've been there. I fell for that trap myself. So I'm asking you today to just stop what you're doing and think about happiness and not that little bit of high. Just step off that hamster wheel for a minute. Of course, you've still got to pay your bills. Of course, you've still got responsibilities. But perhaps you've lost the focus of where you're heading. Perhaps you don't even know where you're heading. Perhaps you're just living your life to pay your bills, to do what everybody else expects you to do, to keep up appearances, to pay all your debts, your credit cards, and look for that next pair of shoes. Look for that next designer clothes. Look for that next car. Take a minute. Find out what makes you happy. Find out where you're heading, and perhaps it's time to take stock that you're not heading in the direction that you really should be or you really want to be. Again, we have responsibilities, but surely we have also a responsibility to ourselves to do what makes us happy, not at the expense of anybody else. But if you have a partner, perhaps what makes them happy is the same thing that makes you happy. Perhaps if you have children, what makes you happy also makes them happy. It doesn't have to be exclusive. I would suggest if you do have a partner, a husband, a wife, a lover, that you can discuss what makes you happy and say, well, perhaps neither of us are heading in that direction. Perhaps all that money we've got in the bank or that fancy car that's sitting outside, perhaps we're actually just working to pay for that, but we're not actually heading towards happiness. Do we not owe it to ourselves to achieve some happiness in our life? Some long-term happiness? As I say, I don't know what makes you happy. Tell me what makes you happy. Tell me if you've lost sight and perhaps you're heading away from happiness or heading in a different direction than you thought you would. Perhaps you need to find a new happiness. For me, it's walking along a sandy beach, hand in hand with my wife. To me, it's spending the rest of my life with my wife. Spending as much time as possible with the person that I love. That's what makes me happy. What makes you happy? Drop me a comment, drop me an email, and don't forget, I'm here for you. Reach out if you want some advice. Reach out if you just want to say hi. Drop a comment below. Please remember to like, subscribe, share this with somebody. Keep watching my channel. I'm doing my best. And please remember, if you don't take time to look after yourself, you won't be able to look after anybody else. Till next time, thank you for watching.